Alright, what is up, guys? So, I have something that I really want to share with you guys. It's regarding the 5 biggest mistakes I made with my social media marketing agency. And I really just wanted to kind of go over it as a kind of review. Right now it's the end of 2018. So I kind of just wanted to, take some time for reflection and kind of see, where I went right and the parts where I went wrong. And the parts where I went wrong, I think could really benefit you guys because you might find yourself in a very similar situation. And so once you're more aware of, the mistakes I made and what those consequences were, then you'll basically be in a position where you don't have to make those mistakes. So here are the 5 mistakes I made. I actually wrote it down, and the first one that, looking back, that I realized was a huge mistake was going after unqualified prospects. So essentially I was going after people that really couldn't afford my services, and I was doing free trials for them. That wasn't the problem. It was that I was doing it for people that were unqualified, right? So they didn't have a sales process in place, and they didn't have the funds to be able to afford a service. So even if the trial went really well, which it did, my first free trial went really well, they just couldn't afford it going forward. So yeah, the free trial wasn't hard to get. I used the script that a lot of you guys might have already heard. It's by one of the biggest marketers out there. He says to do like a free trial stuff. It works. The problem was that I did it for an unqualified prospect, and that resulted in great results, but they ended up getting no customers from that because of the fact that there was no sales process in place. And I personally wasn't in a position to be able to train them because I myself didn't have the sales knowledge to be able to help them close these customers. And on top of that, they just weren't making enough. So that was a huge problem. If you guys are starting out, you're doing free trials, you're going out there, you're pitching your services, to get some experience, some case studies, that kind of stuff. That's cool and all. Just what I would recommend, and if I were to do it again, I would make sure that these were qualified prospects, that they were already doing some sort of advertising, and that they're the top dogs in the local market. So if you go on Google and you go and type dentist and then your city, dentist San Diego, for example, you find the top guy you offer to do, their ads for free or something like that. And after that, worst case scenario, you get some great case studies and stuff, because obviously if they're running Google ads or something like that, they have a solid sales process in place, right? Their staff is trained, they know how to handle leads. So even if you don't convert them into a client, you still have that great case study and a video testimonial from that owner. So that's what I would have done different right there, is I would have gone after people who are already advertising, can afford my services, and already have a solid sales process in place. And that comes down to, before even getting down to business and starting just a free trial right away, after you pitch it, make sure to get on a 15-minute qualifying call and finding out where they're at, like what exactly they're doing to generate new business, how many members, customers, clients do they have at the moment. And that's going to give you an idea of how much they can afford. Another thing, and this was the second point. Let's see what I have here. Oh yeah, this was huge, and not getting a mentor sooner. So if I were to do it again, I would have definitely taken the first opportunity to get a mentor right away. I think the first mastermind I went into was, I believe it was in August, I believe it was. And I feel like that was a little bit too late. 6 months, 8 months down the line. I would have done it a lot sooner than that. Reason being is because of the fast feedback that you get and the accountability, which is huge, right? When you're being held accountable to something, you tend to produce a lot better results. And on top of that, the results that you're doing, like the amount of production that you're doing, you can now have real-time feedback on those results from someone who's already way ahead of you. What they're going to do is they're going to pull you to where they're currently at, closer to where they are, because they have the information that you need, and you just need to duplicate that in order to get similar results, or results close to what they have. So that's something I would have done right away. I mean, the courses are great. I mean, if you're starting out and stuff and you just even haven't even gotten the first client and stuff, like, I mean, the courses are great. Start getting some results, some case studies, some, you know, some confidence in what you have to offer. And then, you know, once you start getting your feet wet, your first couple clients, I would definitely recommend getting a mentor so you can skyrocket your way up there faster than you thought possible. So that's what I would have done most definitely. And another one that I would have avoided doing, because I did this for 3 months and looking back it wasn't the smartest move, is I was doing a lot of messaging through email, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I was offering the free trial right away, and that was a huge mistake. Not to say that free trials are, you know, a complete waste of time. I think in some cases they could help you out. It just really depends on your confidence in what you have to offer. But in other cases, like in the case that I was doing, it just wasn't effective because I was going in pitching the free trial right off the bat, and that brings a lower quality client, people who are looking for handouts, the freebies. So essentially you're putting in all this work and there's little to no commitment from the other side. On top of that, you don't know if they're actually a closer, if they can actually close leads, which is why I said go after qualified prospects. So that was, looking back, that was quite a mistake that I made, because I just noticed, just compared to like the conversations I have now, like it attracted the wrong type of prospect, right? The ones who are looking for freebies, handouts, that kind of stuff, typically the ones that ask for discounts. So I advise you not to do that right away. I would get on a qualifying call first off, go through your demo, and then you can, if you see that they're a qualified client, you see that it could potentially be a great fit, then you can go in for the free trial if that's something that you prefer. I'm not against it. I think it could be beneficial. Me personally, I would prefer a paid trial just so that they have like some sort of skin in the game. But it's up to you. Whatever you feel most comfortable. Again, it's all about that confidence, about being able to provide results. Let's see what I have next here. So number 4 on this list is not focusing on the client relationship. You know, from all the courses and all the stuff that I took, I always thought that it was about, you know, just getting what, like 6 clients at 1,500 and you're making 6 figures, right? And I always thought it was, before even getting into this, I thought it was, oh, I'm just gonna get 6 clients and that's it. Like, I'm set. Like, for the next year, I'm just gonna be earning like 8K residually. Like, I don't have to do anything, right? That's not the case at all. Like, like far from it, very far from it. It's actually about the relationship and the results that are gonna drive you to have a longer client relationship, right? I mean, the longest one I've had is about 9 months. Average would probably be about 3 to 6, and in the agency world, that's going to be a realistic churn rate. So keeping that in mind, make sure that you can provide amazing results and that you have a great relationship with the client. Especially that first month, it's very, very essential. What you want to do is you want to get regular, constant updates with the client, making sure that they're closing, that they're talking to the leads, that they're following up like they should, that they have the right expectations. Expectations is huge, very huge. Making sure that they understand what they're getting and not having some insane expectation of closing, what, 30 out of 30 leads. Make sure that they understand fully what they're going to be getting and what they can expect. And so, let's see, get to number 5 now. All right, so number 5 I have here is not starting sooner. I was really delaying this, quite honestly, and it's kind of rough, like, actually admitting this, but I was looking this whole like social media marketing stuff like a year back. Like, before I got started in last January, I was looking at all this stuff for like, you know, like a year back, right? Before that, I was doing like a bit of drop shipping, SEO, like that kind of stuff. But I was always kind of just looking into social media marketing. And I was like looking at videos and stuff, kind of just dabbling around. But it was always in the back of my head. And I even like did like dip my toes in the water. I would message businesses and stuff, and it was really bad. It was like long messages, just saying like, hey, like I see that you're doing this, and it was just really bad. And I wasn't fully committed, wasn't all in. I was just kind of in the background, didn't really take the leap and go forward with it. It wasn't until I left my job that I actually went full force with this whole thing. And I would have really just gone for it sooner, honestly, because no matter how much you read, or how much you take, say for example, no matter how much you read about surfing, you're going to fall and get yourself wet. Like it's just not, there's no way around that, right? In the same way that once you start doing this, you're gonna get a bunch of no's, a lot of rejection. It's just the name of the game. It's something that I'm learning. I'm just continually having to remind myself that. So yeah, there's just some things that you just have to learn through iterations, through practice and stuff. It's something that you just can't solve by reading about it or watching a video or even buying a course about it. It's something that you actually have to go in there and experience, embody it, practice it, iterate, make the right adjustments, and learn that way through practice. That's the only way sometimes. And yeah, those are the 5 mistakes that I made in my social media marketing that you guys can easily avoid by not doing these things, by finding the right qualified prospects, by getting a mentor as soon as possible. There's a lot of great people out there that are that have masterminds and stuff. Go in there, see what they're all about, and pick the one that you resonate the most with and you want their results. I know for my mentor, he's doing about 7 figures with his agency, so I took that opportunity to learn from him, see what his mindset is, what his processes are, what he's doing to create that amount of success. So another thing is not pitching free trials right off the bat, setting the right expectations, that thing, and focusing on the client management part of things. That's something that no one talks about, not even in courses, and it's so important. So for keeping clients, right? Getting clients is only half the battle, you guys. The other half is actually keeping them, retaining them, getting them results, and keeping that relationship strong. It's something that I'm even learning now. I don't have it all down. It's something that I'm continuously learning and trying to make better each and every single month with my clients. And the last one is get started right away. Just get started with it, man. Like seriously, like you've already looked through all the videos, you've taken some courses and stuff, and now it's time to take the leap. And I know that's scary. I know that you don't want to do the outreaches, you don't want to go to that first meeting or even the first networking event, but trust me, dude, you have to do it. You have to do it. It's just part of the game. And the faster you do, the more that you see results. And that's something that even in my situation that I'm in right now, I'm seeing that there are things that I just need to dive right into, face the fear right away, eliminate it. The faster you face it, the faster it goes away. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. I hope that these mistakes are something that you guys don't make. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, leave it down below. And till next time, see you guys later.